spy and saboteur. Another ovum starts to develop in one of the ovaries and the process begins again. It is incredible how the female body knows how to prepare for pregnancy. See me, yes, I think indeed. Although I liked it, that was enjoyable. For all the words of the female reproductive system put in there. I think that's pretty much all we're going to get here. I don't think. Lots of his copies of his books. Obviously, he did not sell them all. Samantha, please give this to your mother. Janice, thank you for having Danny over to your new home. He has missed having his friend Samantha in the neighbourhood so much. Danny asked if he could lend Samantha his Nintendo Street Fighting tape, and I gave my permission. He needs to spend less time with those games anyway. No hurry returning it. Let Samantha know that she's welcome back to our house at any time.
When you live in one place your whole life, your next door neighbor is kind of like your default friend. And Daniel only got weirder over the years. So moving away has been a good excuse to, not see him anymore. But he did always have the good Nintendo games. Maybe I'll give him a call.
Okay. Story seems to be a lot about Samantha. Katie, please tell Mum and Dad sorry about stuff that's missing. So. Hi Lonnie, so if you wanted to come over to my house this afternoon, that would be cool. I can drive, it's kind of far, but I drive you home to, but I can drive you home to hopefully that's fine. Right back if you leave this in my locker if you still want to meet in the parking lot after 6th. Samantha, yeah, I'm totally in, see you there, I'm totally going to kick your butt, get ready, okay? Guessing this is the girl that she was talking about, okay.
So you know what they say about the best laid plans of mice and men? Yeah, turns out it applies to Street Fighter too. At least I worked up the courage to walk into the 7-Eleven and ask for a turn, but all that practice at home did not exactly translate in the wild. So after I was finished getting my butt kicked, I followed them outside while they smoked. And that was when she asked me if I was that psycho house girl. But then she said she's always really wanted to see the psycho house. Her name is Lonnie. She's coming over tomorrow.
Okay, Psycho House, Katie, please. Wherever you found, don't tell Mum or Dad. The attic. Okay. We have another locked door, okay. So obviously she met a friend, this Lonnie, and there's something about the house. Obviously this is the Psycho House, so maybe the guy that was here beforehand had a bit of a spat. We don't know too much at the moment. But we've got lots of the place to explore. We've only done one side, and we can start going upstairs now, so let's go. Hopefully we can start finding some keys and stuff. I imagine there'll be some up here. Yeah, no problem. Controlled burn scheduled for Boone County. Plumes of smoke will rise above the northeast region of Boone County over the better part of next week as part of Forestry Service run controlled burn of overgrown sections of Flintlock National Forest. Forestry crews have been preparing the area for months. A burn operation will take place. In addition to removing dead, overgrown vegetation, we need to wildfires and dry months. The operation will serve as a valuable training tool for forestry and firefighting personnel involved. The senior conservationist Janice Greenberg. The smoke will likely linger. So, obviously she was involved in that. Nothing else here? Now, because of the size of the house, I imagine there's got to be a lot to look at. One day, couples, something, cooking class, take over from ballroom dancing. I think it's couples bowling. Cooking class. Cook a big meal for Terry and Sam. Okay, so that's her mum's personal calendar. Notice a temporary personal transfer. Bruce responds ahead of personnel to aid in the upcoming prescribed burn operation, arranged with expertise and procedure, being transferred to the station of Flintlock National Forest, effective 9th and 2nd, 94. Please see attached personal file. The overseeing officer is at Flintlock Senior Conservationist Janice Greenbrier is charged with the supervision of the transferred personnel. The duration of the transfer will be based upon performance evaluation. Okay. Seconds. The Bratmobile potty is on what? I'll flip it open. Love thing, S-tab, cherry bomb, throwaway, PRD product. Oh, so these are all songs anyway, songs that are actually been released. We're gonna light this one.
It's weird hanging out with girls. Daniel was around ever since I was little, and other girls? I don't know. But being around Lonnie is like instantly just right. I gave her the grand Psycho House tour and took my revenge on Super Nintendo. And it was like, I don't know, I finally found someone I feel normal around. I drove her home and she gave me this tape and said, "You have got to listen to this." I haven't stopped playing it since.
Well, but the tape is out, so she liked it. Sternly went to make us I am Samantha Greenbrier. I've been 17 years old and therefore independent, fully functional human being. The fact that you still forbid me from going into the city on my own is frankly absurd. Compared with Katie, who's only 3 years older than me, and yet you allowed her to go all the way across the ocean to another continent on her own. I just want to spend an evening in a normal, totally safe city on my own, like a human being. And since you can also remember I have my own car now, you can't really stop me. Your warmest regards, your daughter, Samantha. Sam, stop leaving every damn night in the house on your regards, sister. Daniel called again. He wants his Nintendo game back. Okay. I imagine then this would be her room. Is that the cassette? That's all right. Yeah, that would be off school. Okay.
We're so cool, yeah, yeah. Yeah, we're so cool. We're so cool, yeah, yeah. Fuck you too, cool small.
Yeah, sorry, I'm back to it. Okay, enough of that. Okay, let's have a look. See here. I love how the oh yeah. Oh man, this is awesome. If you're ever a kid before the internet came out, as soon as you learned how to do this stuff, you wrote them down. You kept them next to your console. I don't care who you were. If I was like Mortal Kombat, you would write fatalities down. And I love the fact they put this in. That's awesome. Yeah, I think we're pretty scrutinized. Oh wait, am I supposed to stare at it maybe? If we stare at it, maybe something pops up. I can see eyeballs here. I can't see anything. Let's try this one. Hopefully you guys can maybe see something. This looks like waves to me. Right, there you go. Oh, she had more games. Let's have a look what games she had. Journey of the Crystal. And Super Spitfire. Okay. Seems like a girl I could get on with quite well if she likes video games. I know, what's this for? Grab board game. Got your number. Okay. Oh wait, there's something there. Holy Bible. King's Labyrinth, Chapter 2, Fraying Threads. Captain Allegra, still in her flowing skirt and sturdy jerkin, descended with a single shining thread into the lower cavern of the labyrinth. She and her first mate, on their own now, grew closer in their goal, the throne room of the dead immortal king on the island. The first mate slid down the line onto the stone floor. She struck chalky bone dust from the front of her canvas trousers and looked up at Allegra. The silken thread, nigh unbreakable thanks to the enchanted moss that inhabited the island, trailed behind, leading their way back to the entrance. And further into the labyrinth, a moaning began to echo. The moaning grew louder and clearer, and it turned the words from some ancient language they could not understand. The king's cursed voice. The hairs on Captain Allegra's arm stood on end. She looked back at the first mate, whose eyes remained locked on the blackness of the passage for a moment too long before noticing the captain's gaze. The first mate nodded silently ahead. Following the king's ghostly song deeper and deeper into the labyrinth, they came upon a rocky gap spilling forth outworldly blue light. The great basin of the dead king's throne room lay below. Skeletal in rotted robes, the king was hunched over in a blue orb, tipping his royal sceptre. Shadows of his bony fingers danced on the walls like ghouls. He sang. Wailing souls flowed in one by one through the cracks of the cave walls, pulling into the orb, causing it to glow brighter and brighter. Behind the king, a long staircase hewn from the rock led down into the chamber from a passage at the top. Allegra said, "We have the advantage in numbers. I will draw his attention, and then you—" But his first mate interrupted. Third first mate interrupted, sorry. "No, I am smaller and quicker, and you know dealing in these mystical energies like these. I will circle to the other side and get the king's attention, and lead him on a merry chase." She held up the silk line, all traced by this invisible thread, of course. Allegra said, "It is a good plan, but perhaps we should stick together." The first mate shook her head. "You know this is our best chance. Don't be afraid for me." They grasped hands and exchanged 3 tight squeezes, their palms growing ever warm. The first mate tied the shining thread to the belt of her trousers, and gave a quick salute and a wink, and dashed off. Allegra waited, staring vigilantly across the top of the stairs where the first mate was to appear. The king continued his... Wait, no, the singing stopped. The king turned and began walking up the stairs. Allegra wanted to call out, to do anything to stop the first mate from running headfirst into danger. She tried tugging on the line to signal her. No use. The king was clearly at the top of the stairs when the first mate burst through the passageway. She skidded to a stop. Even across the yawning basin, Allegra could see the first mate's eyes grow wide. She turned and ran. Summoning his undead power, the king left the ground, levitating, gliding behind her with distressing speed. From the dank passage, much too far away, Allegra heard the first mate scream. She was already running towards the sound. The line in Allegra's hand went taut. It shuddered, and it fell slack on the stone floor. As Allegra ran to the gathering line, twisting it around her arm, she came to its end. The unbreakable thread dangled limply, at its end shredded and frayed in her hand. She tossed it to the ground and ran. Oh, she's got a lot better at writing her stories anyway. Okay. Oh, we need another combination, okay. What's under that bit? Samantha Greenbright, Year 11, Fletcher, Period 5, Metalwork Engraving, C-. Not a challenging assignment, metal plaque for family portrait, reasonable subject, but not complex. When I said that to Mum and Dad, should be replaced with parent names that I did not need, just to add them underneath. Acceptable levelling on edges, show more pride in that. I don't get this. They must have left soon. That you know what? I probably got this all wrong. That moving sheet was probably them moving in. Yeah, that makes more sense. This is the one me and Dad are building. Want to go for a ride when it's done? That's right. Okay. Also, you sometimes have stuff underneath their pillow, don't they? Or Kurt Cobain. Student name, Yolanda De Soto. Factual description. Mr. Benchley observed Mr. De Soto wearing a t-shirt, unacceptable image on the front. A large beer can be labelled Pabst Blue Ribbon. Mr. De Soto went sent to the council's office. Mr. DeSoto was given an option to turn her shirt inside. Ms. DeSoto, sorry, I've got this completely wrong. Turned her shirt inside out, changed into a shirt of her gym locker, or to be suspended for the rest of the day. Ms. DeSoto chose suspension. Her father called out, but there was no answer and no answering machine. Ms. DeSoto must return this one to student's signature, Lonnie D. Oh, okay, well that's Lonnie then, that's her real name. So why was she have it then? She obviously gave it to her or something, I don't know. Okay. So she must have been a bit of a loner then if her parents went around. Seems, what's that called? Sam, I think creative writing track would be perfect for you in this background. English creative writing. 3 students from this track will be offered full scholarship in the first year at Reed. Yeah, she's definitely got a lot better at writing, that's for sure. Don't know if I'm going to be able to find that combination to a locker. Wait, 1017, let's give that a try. 101. Let's try anyway. I thought maybe it might have been our favourite music station or something along those lines. I also apologise if I'm speaking very quietly. Like I said when I started this up, I wanted it to be as natural as it can be, so I'm literally just taking things as they are. Let me I didn't open these up fully, obviously I don't really want to go through people's clothes drawers, but anyway. Okay, I don't think I can. There must be another room back here though, is there? Yeah, joining into it. No, it just goes there. Don't want to leave here until I figure it out. I'm going to give it a little bit more of a look and then... Oh, hello. There we go. Hi Lonnie, I wrote this first period and left it in your locker the way to the second. It's what all the cool kids are doing. I've decided. Write me back. Also, there's an idea for someone to draw 2 cats on a motorcycle. Hey, it's a good idea. What all the cool... What the fuck was that? This is a good idea. What the cool kids are actually doing is sending each other pages on their beavers, but we're calling them because I guess we can't put this on a beaver. Your drawing of cats was so good that I added the background to make it even better. Maybe I should just stick to writing though. I like it. How did you know they're about to be abducted by aliens? I'm looking at Mr. Fish right now. I feel like he would probably have lots of cats. Also, like his secret shame is he watches 90210 religiously. I'll ask him about it after class. He said that he doesn't have cats, and also he's never watched 90210, so I guess I could see in his eyes that he was lying. Okay. $188. Maybe she had a cat. I can try that on the thing anyway. Yeah, it's 188. Maybe it's probably on here, is it? Maybe? I don't know. I don't know, I feel like this has obviously got to be something in there that's worth looking at. I just can't find it, and I don't want to be just annoying myself, you know. New for 1965, we can try that as well, I guess. 65. I feel like it's not going to be something like that. It's probably just going to be something hidden that's got the number on it, like it was beforehand. We'll probably look around here, maybe. I don't know. Don't think I can find it. Oh wait, maybe it's here. The Misfits. You think it maybe be on a desk or something?